channel. I hope you're all okay. So today I have another installment of my prom makeup tutorials. This is Drugstore, this is affordable, this is just so beautiful and fresh and glowy and pink and radiant and just, I'm obsessed. I love it. You can just, like, you know, lose the earrings and the headpiece and it can just be a spring or summer daytime look or nighttime look. It's entirely up to you guys. But if you guys are going to prom, then I would love to see what you guys are wearing. Even if you don't recreate any of my looks, I would just love to see. So please @ me or hashtag me so I can see. And if you guys are interested in how to get this look, then please keep watching. So I'm first going to start off by priming my face. Of course, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. And I'm just making this get tacky. Once it gets tacky, that's the best time to apply foundation and everything, because that's when it's going to make it stick and just cling to the skin, which sounds horrid, but that's what we want. I'm going to go in and fill in my pores using the NYX Pore Filler. I know I previously said that I'm not a fan of this pore filler. I haven't found a drugstore alternative yet, so that's why I'm still using it. So yeah. Next I'm going to be moving on to the eyes, and for that I will be using the Freedom Eyebrow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. And I'm first going to comb through them with a spoolie just so that they're going all in the right direction. And I'm just going to go in with an angled brush, and I just start at the bottom, sort of like, I kind of leave the front bit bare, so I start about here. And I just sort of map out the bottom, where I want that to be. And then it just forms into a tail. I'm going to go for a kind of short brow today. I've been doing that recently and I've really liked it. And then I kind of just flick the remainder of the product. This is still just like one dip into the thing. And I just go at the top of the brow and shape that out. And allow it to join the tail. And then I just fill in the rest of this bit. And then what I do is wipe what's left on the brush so there's nothing on there. And I just kind of flick the front bit up. And I brush the hairs that way. I feel like that makes them look a lot more fuller. And then I'm just going to go in with the Coco concealer in the shade 01. And what I do with this is just go around the brow. Just to make sure it's all tidy and neat, and this helps highlight them and makes them pop a bit more. And then what I do is just grab a massive like shader brush and just blend this out more. So I'm going to move on to my eyes first, and I'm just going to take some of that concealer on that fluffy brush and just pat this on the lid, just to counteract any discoloration, veins, redness, just make it a blank clear canvas. And then I'm just going to set that in place using a skin tone shadow. The reason I'm going to set this in place is because blending a shadow on top of a tacky base is going to be a bit harder. So if we set it, it'll be a lot easier to blend. I'm going to go into the Zoeva Coco Blend Palette and just take this shade here and mix it with a bit of this shade. And I'm going to be using a Crown C411 Deluxe Blending Crease Brush and just buff this in the crease. The reason why I didn't go in with that medium brown first is it might be a bit too dark as a first transition shade. After I've laid this down, I probably will go in with it just by itself, but I want to definitely build up that transition. So I'm just going to be blending this in windscreen wiper motions and occasionally doing little circles. So then I'm just going to go in with just the brown by itself and pop this in the crease too. Don't worry about if you're messy or anything, we will clean it up. If you want to use tape, go ahead. I kind of have like mood swings with tape. Sometimes I love it and sometimes I'm just like, really. The base I'm going to be using is from Coco, and this is in the shade 01, and it's just kind of like a base, really, like a champagne-y, pinky kind of thing. And I'm just going to be putting this on the eye lid. I'm just using a eyeshadow brush to apply this. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal La Palette Nude in the shade 01 Rose. I'm just gonna go in with this color here, and I'm just gonna be popping this in the inner corner area on top of that pigment. And then from that same palette, I'm going to go in with this shade here and put that on the rest of the lid. I go on with this H&M blush in the shade Golden Peach. It is not Golden Peach in the slightest. This is pink. This is what I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to put that over it. Because the other one was just not pigmented at all. Like, it didn't even look like anything. So what I'm going to do is just pile this on. I'm so messy, I swear to God. And then I'm going to go in and mix two pigment glitters. One is from Barry M. This is just like a white silvery gold. And then this one is from Makeup Geek and it's in the shade Halo. And it's just like a purpley pink. And I'm just going to take that eyeshadow brush and squirt it. And pick up some of the pigments. And just pat this close to the lash line. But build it up as well. So just start at the lash line. Patting it all across. I'm going to go back into that Coco blend palette and just take this brown here, buff this in like the outer V area. And I'm using a pencil brush from Zoeva. I'm literally just going to lay the brush like this and like wiggle and shuffle it around. This is just going to add a bit more depth. So I'm just going to go in and just clean up the eye area. I'm going to go in and line my eyes using the Sleek Ooh La La liner in the shade White Noise. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of the Be Sweet Popping Candy Highlight Serum. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is Superdrug's own brand, like the B brand. I don't know for sure. And I'm just going to put this around the face just to give my face a bit more of a highlight look. Foundation, I'm going to go in with the Milani Concealer and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer in the shade 06 Sand Beige. And I'm blending this out with a damp beauty blender. And a lot of people were saying that this is like a dupe to that Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. I don't know. I think people are saying it because they're both 2-in-1s. But I don't think like the coverage or the consistency or the finish is even remotely similar. And someone did ask me if I could review the Clinique foundation. Basically, I have it. I've used it a handful of times, and every time I used it, my skin just reacted really bad to it. Like my skin was like itching and hot, and it felt like it was like a rash or something. So I don't use it anymore because of that reason. I've tried a few Clinique things in the past and I've had that reaction every time, so I don't think Clinique is for me. However, when I did use the foundation, I did really enjoy it. I got it because I saw Nicole Guerrero use it, and on her it looked so dewy and so beautiful and so radiant, and then I got it. I was like, this is not dewy, this is not radiant, like what the frick. So yeah, that's my little review on it. If you want to go and get it, go and get a tester or something. It just does not work well with my skin personally because my skin just reacts to anything. To create time, so I'm going to try a brand new product for me, which I'm so excited is finally available in the UK. It is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo Thingamabob. I have the shade 04 and I'm just going to be using the contour side. And I'm just going to... Oh! Honey! Okay, we're about to get real contoured up in her. I got mine from Selfridges online. I don't know if it's come to Boots yet. This looks so dark. I don't know if it's come to Boots yet. But I'll let you guys know. But I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm gonna go in with a small blender brush first to buff this out. If you are not comfortable with cream contouring, then just skip this step, it's fine. Obviously it's your prom day, you want to make sure you know what you're doing and you feel comfortable with the makeup you're wearing and such not. Then I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and squirt it. And then... Ah! Okay. I need to chill. Okay. Let's do the forehead bit first. Okay, yeah. Way better when it's blended. How do I? It's way better. Okay. Oh yes, honey. And it blends so easily. I'm not gonna lie, I do get skeptical about drugstore products. I think a lot of people do. But this is, it blends like a dream, even though it's been sat on my face for a hot sec as well. Sometimes like cream products, not necessarily just drugstore, like a lot of cream products do just dry fast. So you have to get in there quick, but this one seems to blend easily. The colour for me is perfect. It is a bit warm, like I look a bit more bronzed rather than contoured. However, I ain't mad, this is cute, I'm happy. To highlight my face, I'm gonna go in with Collections Lasting Perfection Concealer. The reason why I'm not using the NYX one is because it's a bit more of a peach highlight, whereas I want like a bright white highlight. Blending this out with a damp beauty blender again. And also, if you're not comfortable with cream contouring or contouring in general, you can just use your highlight and do a reverse contour, and this will mean that your highlight will pop so much it kind of contours your face by itself. To set my highlighted areas, I'm going to go in with Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Palette and just take a mixture of these two here, and I'm just going to be popping this under my eyes just to set everything in place. Even if you don't get oily and you think you don't need to set your face, at least set like your under eyes, because they will go cray cray. And I will also say to set your like around your mouth, because if you smile so much, all your foundation and everything's just going to sink in there. Because if you just powder it, it's just going to smooth it out. And then to set my face, I'm going to go in with the Milani face powder and just pop that everywhere else. I'm going to go in and set my brows using the L'Oreal brow set thing. So I'm first just going to go back in with that massive blender brush and just fix up the edges, because I tend to take off some when I do my foundation and that, but it's no biggie, just do circles at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is curl my lashes and add mascara. I'll be using the L'Oreal Full Sculpt Mascara. And the eyelash I'm going to be using from Eyelur. These are the Vegas Nay ones in Grand Glamour. And I like to prep my lashes first before I do the mascara, just so that it can get tacky while I do my mascara. And I use the Eyelur glue. This is the best one that I've ever used. I've used Duo, I'm not a fan of Duo in the slightest. So what I do is just take my eyelash curlers and just curl them. And then I go in with my mascara. Y'all gonna see the most cutest face ever. And I just apply that to the lashes. It's important to get the root of the lash. And if you are wearing falsies, don't worry about what your lashes like look like. Oh my god, are they long enough? Are they thick enough or anything? Just make sure they're black. And I'm just going to apply the lashes. I do have a more in-depth video of how to apply them, which I will leave linked down below as well. But I pretty much just pop them on and then push them in. I want to say pretty simple, but I know how hard lashes are to apply. For the lower lashes, I'm going to go in with that H&M blush, and I'm just going to be rubbing that on the lower lash line. And this is a Zoeva 322 brow line brush. And then I'm going to go back and mix the two brown shades that we used with that same brush and just pop that in the outer corner. And then I'm going to go in with two glitters from NYX, and this is shade 106 and this is shade 107. And I'm just going to be popping this on the lower lash line about 1/3 of the way across. You can just go in with one, you can go in with both, you can go in with none, it's up to you. And then I'm going to go in and add lower lash mascara as well. And then this is the completed eye look. Bronze with, I'm going to use one of my favourite bronzers of all time. This is the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. And I'm just going to be applying this to the face. I don't like to like go around, I like to start there and bring it down. And then just, yeah. To contour with, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal, I think it might be like a Sculpt Duo, and just take the contour side. Contour with this. Look guys, I'm not using the Makeup Geek one. And then I just use the Zoeva 220 brush to do my nose. For blush, I'm going to go in with NYX's Angel. You can just use that H&M one, but I thought I'd be extra. And, you know, use a different one. And then for highlight, I'm going to go in with Kiko's 208 eyeshadow. And just highlight my face. I like to start here because this is where I want the most amount of product. And then I kind of just shake it down. I do bring it to the apples of the cheek because personally that's how I like it. Obviously just adapt it to any way you like. And then I do my Cupid's bow, tip of my nose, in between and above my brows. And then to highlight my inner corners and brow bone, I'm going to go back in with that L'Oreal palette and take this first shade and just take it on a pencil brush and pop it in my inner corners and then brow bone. To set my face, I'm going to use Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. The reason why I don't use a drugstore one is because it does break me out. If you have a drugstore one that works for you, or if you have this or Max Fit Plus or anything like that, use it. If you don't want to use one, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. For my lips, I'm going to go in with NYX's lip liner in the Shine. NYX always confuses me with how they put their shades. Nude Suede Shoes. The lipstick I'm using is from Coco. I've used a lot of Coco things today. This is in the shade 103, and it's just a nude. Now I would personally wear a gloss with this just because I think it's a bit more fresh and like youthful and fun. If you just want to go matte, you can just leave it like this or anything you want, but I'm going to use a gloss like I said, and this is the NYX one in the shade 101A, and all I'm going to do with this is in the center of the lips. And then I'm also going to take some of the highlight and put my lips together and just pound it on the lips. And that's just me being extra, you don't have to do that. So then my gorgeous princesses, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you are wearing this to prom or you are just going to prom, I hope you have a beautiful day and a lovely time. Please tag me in your pictures, I want to see. Even if you don't do any of my looks, I'd love to see what you look like and everything. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And until next time guys, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. And this is just so beautiful and girly and feminine. Feminine.